nti eno mani bi wo ho a oti a na odi bia ya serious more
okay
relax meti office ona metie Gabini Andy ana omo se ene omo yo omo production no omo biggest story Lami Yama today and I'm say ene the biggest story was sports mu from Amanone Lami Yama Abra FIFA Club World Cup Koswa.
I should be 3-1.
Flamingo achi Chelsea. Asene 3-1. Chelsea yakoto twede kania. Flamingo abeti asho mo 3-1. And the biggest story Lami Yama.
Nyewe.
And I'm sure. Iriasi we sanity. Na Rich Lami Yama story no. Dear Badia. You see, I am not here to defend Abrantieno. But my honest opinion is I was a little bit surprised when Yay and Mema tend to discuss the issue, no, the way we want to discuss it. ADNC. Ababa a friend of Claudia, no. And I will appear on a TV show claiming to have a test WhatsApp messages with Lami Yama. Whether it is true or not, I don't know claiming. Number 2, assuming Lami Yama any ababa wani kodi nkomo se ombre fia Rich yenyina ye mema, what will make a man and a young man test ababa wa bi say ombre fia e dey the man ayesa dey no. It means Ojidi say that lady is available. Because it tells you, Rich say you will be a sebi all torn and one. And now only in what's our level of relationship now. Me so call contact you may have a lot of ladies. But Rich, how many of them will you be able to go home and say, my test will say me why shinabra? It tells you that you would only do that to a certain encophobia. Probably Ujiri say no more wasa. And I am saying this as a matter of principle, because I Lami Yama. Rich, I am always careful when I am discussing Obama for any perceive life be too private and all those things. So Lami Yama unko repeat obi ha. If he has not engaged in any sexual assault, na onye bibi illegal. Rich, as a man, whatever he is doing, and he said that me want a lot of interest to discuss, especially in a bad light. To Abranti and Subai, I am not so much interested in Sa Adieno Ewono. Rich, and Liverpool for say a Florent Friday, and it was because after Florent Vets edin holidays you know, Waba UK, Aba Liverpool, Aba any medicals, passing medicals, no, I mean they was signing a contract. Officially Liverpool are unveiling a brand no, as a Liverpool player. Now, because in common way, Yasha see the dada nintino. we are aware of the figures that are involved. 100 million plus 16 add-ons. And say all the total English football or Premier League in terms of ranking of the most expensive Sika Bottery and any add-ons now, it makes Florian Wirtz signing ever fourth behind Enzo Fernandez, Jack Grealish, Declan Rice, and Abrantia from Florian Wirtz. And that is how it is. And it is the same figure as Moises Caicedo. So, in terms of the discussion of Sikani boarding or expensive, Rich, this is where it fits. But, Rich, me, say, I'm not so enthused about player being on the boarding and one. My concentration is what he brings on board. And I think Minyam will be a Liverpool enter a good player. Nobody can say that. Because, Rich, even when Liverpool decided to put together Abrantian numbers, it tells you what they believe, say, Omunsa Atoso. 197 appearances for Ben 04 Leverkusen. 57 goals as an attacking midfielder. 65 assists. As young as Oyeno, about 31 times I'm at the German national team. Was just 7 goals with a lot of awards, any other competitions, any trophies are what including the Bundesliga of 2023-2024, the DFB Pokal in that same year, then the DFL Super Cup, then the UEFA Euro Under 21 Championship in 2021. And he has achieved at the youth level, he has progressed to national team proper, and he is playing his football and for club. So for club and country, Abranten is a total footballer. Sanka you riskier, and can you bring the bear 3 times out Scotland? And they didn't have. Now, Rich, say German system an attitude player. Not the quality need to do this level. One thing you should never forget to admire about them is your communication and any mentality. Germans are more quality, Rich. Their communication and their mentality solid. Their lifestyle. Rich, since I will read you, how many times you're discussing a German footballer or you're into scandal? We said on TV, German products as a footballer are scandals around him. Whether a financial scandal and a lifestyle or party or way, hardly. And a Ubenya from the Germans. Now, what is foreign vets? Ne any so adi unity I will say or they about Liverpool. Which, even though he has achieved as a young player, even though their audience 1 year were special, Rich, he has come to a very, very elite club in Europe. Because there is no Robert Mindi buying off for Leverkusen to Liverpool. And we also say, even when he was walking past the trophy room, he will know, say, look,
I'm a big club.
I'm a big one. And after throwing everything, these are the West. Now you're moving on for forever. Or say, I just saw myself in the best hands in Liverpool. I was really convinced by these people here, by the idea. People say I am a creative player, and I hope I can bring this creativity to the team and also the joy on the pitch. I try to make assists, goals, and run for the team to defend. I hope I can just make the team one step better. I spoke to one of the people from the club, I thought like this is the place I want to be. And so in the end, I was really 100% convinced I want to join Liverpool, and it was the best choice for me. I am really excited to have a new adventure in front of me. This was also a big point of my thoughts, that I want to have something completely new, to go out of the Bundesliga and to join the Premier League. Rich Krano, and I'll say, I am not coming here to have fun here. I want also to achieve something and give the fans what they deserve. And you could clearly see, say Abrantano is mentally ready for the Liverpool adventure, which obviously is not going to be easy. But Rich, the moment Abrantano, he will be playing at Anfield. He knows very, very well, say about English football anymore. Look, Oko Europa, almost the most supported league. Any league and focus stadium is the Bundesliga. The atmosphere they create there, Rich. So only to two English football, I think say the closest will be Anfield. So we'll stadium. Now fans support to no more tonium. Now more chance to almost played behind you. Abrantero will fill the Bundesliga spectator-player relationship with Anfield now. But Rich, you're my friend Vetakwaba. This is the Premier League, and you best start saying Amajan in a different light. Now, and yet team friend Liverpool and Omunya a superstar. This around the same time of foreign vets, drew England criminal. And Spanish papers, any Baleg Mususo reported say Martin Zubimendi, Rich, Alande or London, are also ever completing the deal to Arsenal. Or is a move with Italian job? Or is a move with Titi movie pa. Rich Zubimendi was one of the players. Na Omabenyini abaya the light of say who describe football and say Spain today is the hub of midfield production. In terms of the line of production, no, Xavi, Iniesta, at the point Xavi Alonso, Sergio Busquets, Xavi Martinez, and a year by him. Then we came into the era of players Thiago Alcantara, Isco, and so Ebenine Fabio Ruiz, Ebaya. Rich, we are now in the era of Rodri, Mikel Moreno, Zubimendi, Pedri, those players near one of the elites from Omwa Ewasiji say when it comes to producers of quality midfielders, what is the Spain for no? I have a friend Martin Zubimendi. Now, Rich, when Martin Zubimendi it's a limelight, you know, it was very, very clear. Say once he's not playing for Real Madrid or Barca, now Real Sociedad and Quadie, one of the elite class want to pick him. It was a Spanish job. Send your movie Italian job with it. It was a Spanish job. Now the Spanish job, you know, was first tried by Jurgen Klopp. He failed. But immediately, Mikel Arteta, any batter, the two Spanish has been able to get the Spanish job done. And me sure say na open technical director be Europe. And on him how to go to Spain and get a job done. But that was it. Because I don't know why you do with Atletico Madrid. And it's an open one coach in Europe to get you a Spanish midfielder to be convinced to come and play for him. Rich, fewer and the best time Mikel Arteta now. And Zubimendi says the course now or yeah with empenying four way mono. And convincing he said Arsenal was a club he needed to come and play for them. Now, Rich, what is he bringing? The simple way I make him summarize it, Zubimendi ba oba Arsenal no. Na etam for nyama obi o tie ne wo hwe ati ase ye nyina e say Rich, he is coming to develop what Wadri aye Ediama Manchester City over the years. No? Only 2 things. Because Obo Park so as a DM Ninti. The first thing he brings to Arsenal is the Bonifant defensive positioning. The Spanish DMs in Rich, they are not tackless, but they have awareness of defensive positioning. Inti Bono say yemkuta bona. Me am your number 6 no. And him for no say me jina. Na me tutu antokro na dey team no. And as the main anchor of your defensive network, you know, where do I organize the other players to stand? So we will be compact without the ball. That is what Zubimendi offers. Number 1. And it's one Man City over the years, sir. So Man City born a word a general 6 Rich on your heart attacker. But he makes Man City compact in a way he does it with intelligence. Semi jina born baby to crony than for a bathroom. And you see them going wayward. Nobody passing a content because I am at the right place. Semi free start to go more. I have nobody passing the say. That is what Zubimendi and so a developing a two. Number 2, and he say, Rich, with the ball from deep, he orchestrates the passes. And so Oyena Juma without the ball, by the awareness of the defensive position we are. See a kutabon so na upobi to start or transitions. He is always available. Now there is Real Sociedad omo passing network. And it tells you, Rich, say goalkeeper the kutabon omo first transitional pass within this zone. But you have 5 to Zubimendi, 21 to the area of Abrante Frenamati Zubimendi. He is always coming for the ball as a DM with the family. Whether my name is Agasami Poor, may aware of what is happening behind me. You just pass the ball to me. I will make sure I turn and give the ball to baby. I will say the ball. Now you start set your castrati, your passes and echo him. Now, Rich, this graphic way I am very, very interested. A channel mama area dual success and a dual success akasa. Say defensive midfielder. All the ball no wiem and that's all the ball no our form. Now when you draw the graph, Rich, among all the central midfielders in the Spanish La Liga, including Eduardo Camavinga, Frankie de Jong, Freddy Valverde, Dani Ceballos, and Omunginano. That is where you find Zubimendi. A perfect angle of area draws. Any draws on the pitch in Ankasankasa, he finds himself somewhere here. On him here when it comes to defensively. Now, Mikel Arteta and Koso per midfielder. Abra only one key thing from that midfielder: forward passes. You want to take the ball and let us move. Rich, Abante friend Martin Zubimendi in the season we see you know. I was 368 forward passes success. I was 67 accuracy. I was saying for Abrante, and that is what he offers when it comes to quick transitions. Now see a breaking lines in the just ended season, you know. Only Luka Modric, Frederick Valverde, Chiomani, and they are better than Martin Zubimendi. 238 times. And I say, yeah, impossible. Now, in breaking defensive lines, our opponent, you know, Abante, that is where he is ranked. And I find this very, very interesting, Rich. If you compare Zubimendi to already midfielders now, what Arsenal, or hit map now, it tells you, say, Arsenal and Sadan Nibi. Even with Thomas Partey in the picture.
Kami bebu sankra say Nikami,
yes, it's the end because it is linked. Yes, it is linked with the Thomas Partey thing. Now, Rich, you look at Mikel Merino heat map.
Okay.
Observe it very, very well. You could realize that Nebo no be brainer since Oba Arsenal here and was standing. Though he's around baby kitten. This is for Thomas Partey. He does it more when it comes to the other part of the pitch. There is that of Jorginho, but Jorginho has moved on to Flamengo. This is Declan Rice or a newer role for Arsenal. But Rich, the moment you get to Martin Zubimendi, you find out that in his heat map, he is more of a central midfielder, proper one. I will stay in those areas until a different kind of player in terms of baby original in open play, and that is probably what Orefen Mikel Arteta is looking for. NT ordinary, but Rich, that's 60 million. No one release it. What trigger a release clause? Arsenal see a bit here. We know how to get job done in Spain because you're sporting that and one wire Jumanji on him where to go, how to pay the money, where to pay it, and all that. Zubimendi is already in London. Obe sign a contract, Obe the medicals, and NCB I send a Liverpool announce a floor event. Team my friend Arsenal so will announce Abantia your friend Martin Zubimendi. Now the issue for us Ghanaians, what does Zubimendi ban? Elivi Thomas Partey. So in the last few days, after the people say, oh, it is rumors that Arsenal are extending a contract and that they will allow Thomas Partey to go. Which David was saying that is not the truth. And yet, okay. Zubimendi banner our banner, a phenomenon. In the short term, he is coming to replace Jorginho. Who said Jorginho call? First, it was only Arsenal in deep playmaking. It was Jorginho and the partner na Chebo. And he said Jorginho, Arsenal think they need a replacement, and that is why Obade Martin Zubimendi aba. Number 2, Rich, in the long term, they think that Partey doesn't really have long-term football. Partey what crowd will be 2 years. Next and what chapa or mama long haul 2 seasons.
Jomo planet live with that party.
Inti yamfa Zubimendi mra.
Oni di nechi.
Yamfa him on message team. On a party in chamo. On man competition do yen do obeya de yamane mo. But yen plan say Partey is 32 and 1 year 1 more season or 2 more seasons. By that time Zubimendi would have been master of what we want him to do in the team. Then we allow Thomas Partey to go. So according to the Athletic, Rich, it is not off. Arsenal are still negotiating contract extension with Partey a camp. And he said, a cousin here also a Koya and Chebiano. Arsenal will announce so Omoni Thomas Partey I extend the contract. And it's over. I think this picture was Enrique said that and I yanka say you Samuel or ne party training or could take some shot of him. Now the answer is Partey is training in the jersey of Jorginho. Jorginho call Flamengo and was sending jerseys, and was for Flamengo so yeah Chelsea where you want it. Say and one is senior or the ATZ Chelsea the average. That is what we know from reliable sources I in UK say yes Zubimendi Eba. But it doesn't mean Thomas Partey will be leaving Tima, your friend Arsenal, and the contract extension is going to happen. And Arsenal send a Partey able to me at so. Now, you crowd with the transfers, now you may with the club work up like a crabby. I don't pay that sorry. Rich, yes, a Tottenham was spare. The Biameka said the technical words in transfers are very important. I inquire about Yunya Antoine Semenyo.
Meaning Omabusan ho asem.
Asem.
Okay.
Banse no boy say Yunya yepe. Tino ho asem te sen. Rich. Entia Urban say Bournemouth say omobeton Antoine Semenyo e di amatot na ma. Omobeji more than the omoton Dominic Solanke e di ma tot na. Omoton Dominic Solanke say Omoma Tottenham 55 million plus 5 million add-ons. Inti Solanke kono oko eni nyina no. It was around 60 to 65. Bournemouth say ye mamu Dominic Solanke na asomani and I must say about back there. Semenyo die. Ye de nebe mamu 65. Na mama ye 5 million add-ons. Na akobo ano 70. Inti sika ye bejimo ye 70. Now Rich, according to the UK tablets, no, a 70 yay, and a Manchester so, and then we be ye catch omo koye no, omunyamba biemuno. And see omunim says 70 no so be na Tottenham Hotspur. Am omo ko bechia omo mabiemu dia, but Bournemouth enfa. Already they are selling players. So where Gabi Bayer story and one of Bournemouth or defenders, is also on the transfer market. Teams Ebisa Paris Saint-Germain, Peno. Already almost 10 million cash. And the Amati Liverpool, Ombomo Musica. So they have other sales. Emma Club Musica, they are okay. Whether Antoine Semenyo and as uncle. Number 2, Semenyo player, Rich. Obe instigate. Ose nebuafu and a man you buy and a Tottenham buy and a mama manko. He's not doing that. Until once on way and Ojini say he will be sold at the right price and which no matter. But that is the latest. Bournemouth will buy 70 million. I know including add-ons. So you can give them 65 and add the add-ons. And as I say challenge them watch him 60 na me for 10 in your add-ons. They can have a discussion with you, but only 70 in Pepe the NC Manchester did it and that is the latest they've told team your friend Tottenham Hotspur. Now it's the face for near me if you come FIFA Club World Cup in the US. Rich, me catch us a tournament in air con and na Auckland for no nya for Rich.
I said,
on me goals in the place.
Mabu too much 16 goals a day. 16.
Na who's there? Enra. You started game na. Fika for no promo because almost I did there for me o see you. Na ball Rich open pro want me show. And omunya penalty in the first half and Di Maria. Ebo penalty in share. And at half time it was only 1-0. Rich after the 15 minutes na so mada. And you see game near delay no again for whether nyoma nti yes o muntimi bo munjoma o kakra. Etunim I thought say sa whether any delay no ebema Benfica for no ho and a Brennan can be expect say Oakland for the brain in the second half. No ometimi show no. They will come so restless. No more ball said on one first half. Rick say na me boa. Omoba second half no baku mienu enai enum and omode ka omo ho a omo ewie game no na Benfica etumre 6 and a Benfica share Auckland for na omoba so omo be check points no. So if this is the standard of omo qualify ekobo the club world cup of FIFA my asumu nwie na Auckland crab FIFA club world cup
die mo bi
enti onya nto wase kakra emfa emaye Flamingo a qualify. Na Gabini and the foreign news new year, you know. Me to office one Andy by and I say, boss, and why then can go for new queer?
Suffocation. Suffocating mo. Nyamo minute.
Rich. It was a very, very good game. One of the best games, probably be as a neutral.
And a man from so a game in the past.
Oh yes. Say USD, America. It's South American. I'm back. To move be make I answer again with the best start. One of the commentators they say, crowd in there go. Say Chelsea, you almost popular. Actually, Flamingo for it to come over, they will expect a blue atmosphere. So, we rested them more. They will see a red one and a better so Rich. Do you blame Enzo Maresca when Oka say or not or try BB? Look, the truth of the matter they say financially tournament way ebre omusika which no question say uye coach you need to have a fine balance in playing this competition and still having it at the back of your mind say a sort of pre-season. Because Rich, so your tournament where we are, the time teams now boss our tournament will be for proper pre-season, you know, a shot. And be a results in tea. And our money Enzo Maesca can, you know. Yes, and then we say but in truth and in planning, they all can make sense.
But why Flamingo? KBA Esperance Biana Auckland will be a Shumbia. Then you tweak. Because you are all ball competition. We need one match be a 2 minutes.
Rich.
I don't mind team the Greska.
Rich. Why Flamingo saying tournament no buy or the group no them or 3 games to play in the group. Say or qualify ko anymore. Then obenya konya more games as and when all progress or tournament. Coach they say kenye game where probably by this time you will be on holidays. Then thinking of say remember in July. Then start pre-season into say yenya sa break no. Now say you off-season tournament. I will want to use that though it's a competitive tournament to also try new things. Rich, maybe I don't see blame Kesebia in what he tried to do. The only thing is I'm fat. And emotions and as supporters, no emblem in the matter. And look at so yesterday. But only the time,
Okay.
Look, aside some comments now, Enzo Maesca making, you know, I think say he was very, very fair within the post-match interview, you know. Say Flamingo fans were better than them, and Omo deserve say, I will say Omo Eshomo and Omo Shomo. But my concerns and say, Rich, what is wrong with Nicholas Jackson? Last season, what team no? Wunti Boja Munina Edomo call loan. The likes of Magui Munia, they were not competition to you. But I know Crano. Now who did you record be a team no say it was silly. Which now they've brought in the lap. The lap no only Enzo Maesca Jumao. Only Joe Shield my Jumao. Into all constituency or team him. And I have more opportunity to compete with him. Rich, say Nicola Jackson cause one dance has to buy idea. Natalia for the betio.
Okay.
He should be very, very careful because in football, Rich, and not just the performance. Discipline is so cool.
Sure.
Now, say maybe I do Konya game now, any record there. Then you sit on the bench.
Record no Zunya Sabia.
Reckless.
And let's say a question Chelsea being.
And okay, so me do record no team no. Ah, yeah, bobo. You near break per se koteka. You know be man what say. What be say a chances.
I'll go 7.
Nyansa bi. Rich. Enti the ebesi ano no.